The same God who spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai still speaks today. Join us as we explore the history of Shavuot, the meaningful holiday on the Jewish calendar that reminds us of this truth. Shavuot means weeks in Hebrew. It's one of the 3 pilgrimage festivals in Jewish tradition alongside Passover and Sukkot, and it arrives 7 weeks or 50 days after Passover and marks a sacred convergence of agricultural celebration, historical memory, and covenant making. Shavuot is first introduced in the Torah as an agricultural festival in Exodus 23. It's called the Feast of Harvest. And Leviticus 23 reminds us that God commands the Israelites to count 7 full weeks from the day after the Sabbath during Passover, on the 50th day, to present a new grain offering before the Lord. This 49-day practice became known as counting the Omer. And on the 50th day of that count, God commanded his people to bring the first fruits of the harvest as a sign of gratitude and trust in his provision. Today, we celebrate the sacred offering as Shavuot. Because the timing of the feast was based on harvest, the exact date has changed over time, but it's always during springtime. How the holiday is celebrated shifted over time as well, especially after the Romans destroyed the Temple of Jerusalem in 70 AD. And the Jewish people no longer had a centralized place to bring this first fruit offering to the Lord. Today, Shavuot is celebrated as a festival of revelation, and it primarily marks the commemoration of giving the Torah on Mount Sinai. Jewish tradition holds that God descended upon Mount Sinai on the 50th day after the Exodus and gave the Torah to the Israelites through Moses. It's detailed in Exodus 19 through 24. Thus, Shavuot is also known as the time of the giving of our Torah. It's not just a historical anniversary, but a spiritual reminder of the most defining moment in Israel's identity, entering into covenant with God. But Shavuot isn't just a festival where we remember what happened. It's an invitation to respond. It's a time to consider how we will seek the voice of God in our own lives. The giving of the Torah wasn't simply a one-time event. Each year on Shavuot, we're reminded that God is still in covenant with his people. We remember what it's like to be holy as God is holy as we consider what it looks like to obey his laws as a set-apart people, not out of obligation, but out of love and awe and response to his glory. So how is Shavuot celebrated today when most of the world don't have a literal first fruit harvest to offer God? One tradition Jewish people might practice is staying up all night to read the Torah on the first night of the 2-night festival. They might also read the book of Ruth, which is associated with this holiday because Ruth arrived to Israel around the time of the harvest, and her acceptance of the Jewish faith parallels Israel's acceptance of the Torah. Another popular tradition is to eat foods rich in dairy, which is associated with the new dietary laws outlined in Sinai. And to wear white. But no matter how you choose to celebrate, one thing is clear. In today's world of information overload and spiritual distraction, Shavuot beckons us back to that mountain. It invites us to remember the trembling yet willing people gathered at the base of Sinai, listening to the voice of God that thundered over them. It also asks us to stand there ourselves and to step into the covenant, not just as inheritors, but as participants. May our response echo the people of Israel in Exodus 19. We will do everything that the Lord has said. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.